Hi, we are back for a new video. Today we will see how we can do a glass of wine. It will be a short tutorial, so we will do the modeling and after we will put the shading on that. It's just the basis, so after you can be free to do that better, but it's just to give some knowledge about that. So you can start in Blender. First we don't need this cube, so I press delete on this cube. And I go to the front view, so I press 1 to the front view, like this. After I have a picture of the glass of wine, so I will do a drag and drop of this picture here. It will be more easy to modeling that. Okay. After we have the reference image, we can go to the data and we can change the opacity to 0.2 to see better what we are doing with the curve. So I press Shift A, I press Curve, and you can choose Bezier. I change to View. Okay, you have the curve of Bezier here. After we will do the shape of the glass of wine. So I press Tab and we can move some points. So I press G to move that. We need that to be precise. So I go here and I will change the Y to 0 to be sure it's in the middle. Okay. So now what I will do, I will take this point, I press G and we can move like here. I press this point, I press G. Okay. I press G to have this point, okay. I press Ctrl, right click to add a point. As you can see, as I can move. I press Ctrl, right click to add another point. Okay. I press Ctrl, click to add another point here. Here and here. Okay. After we can move the point, it will be more easy. I select these 2 points and we can connect that. So I press right click, make segment like this. Okay, after I need to reshape, so I press this point. I can move like this. We need another point here. I select these 2 points, I press right click and I do subdivide. Now I have got another point here, so I can use this point. I can move like this to reshape. Okay, we will do this point 2 more straight, so right click to vector like this. Okay, and now I can move a little bit my point like this. As you can see, I will reshape to have the nice curve of the glass of wine. We can select like this and move. I press this point, I press G. I can move also like this. I take this point, I press G. I press this point, I press G to have a nice curve on the top. Like this. Can be also straight here, so a little bit round like this. Okay. After I move here, I take this point, I move a little bit down, I take this point, I move a little bit like here. So I try to be close of my reference, as you can see here. So we move some points Okay. After we can take the 2 points below, so I can select the both point, I press right click, and we can change the handle type to vector, like this. I take N to have the numeric keypad, and we can do a copy of the Y. I take this point and I will pass the same value here. Okay. And after we can select the 2 points here. Vector, this is perfect. And it will be straight, as you can see. So I press this point and I can move a little bit to do a nice curve, as you can see. Okay. So normally this point, we can take the X here. So I copy that. I will take this point and it will be the same X. After, when the half of the shape is done, we will do a revolution of that. So I press tab. As you can see, we have the half here. And after, we will do the spin of that. So the first thing I will do is a copy of that. So I press Shift D, enter, and after we can hide that and I can take the original here. I press tab, I take this point of the point below, I press Shift S to do the snap selection, cursor to selected. And after we can press tab, object, set origin to 3D cursor. It will be more easy for the revolution after. After, I must convert the Bezier curve to a mesh, so I press right click, convert to mesh. As you can see, there is a lot of points. I press A to select all the points and we can go for the spin. I move a little bit like this, okay. We need to do 360 degrees and we can put 16 for example. Okay, I click outside to confirm. I press A to select all the vertices and we can clean a little bit the mesh. As you can see, merge by distance, and we have 30 vertices dissolve. This is perfect. After, I right click, shade auto smooth, and I go to the top, I press tab. We can select the faces on the top, so I change the tools here. And the more easy it's to go to the top and we can take select circle like this. I press Ctrl plus to have more selection here. We can press Ctrl to reduce like this. Okay. And now when it's selected, I press delete faces. I press tab and we need to add a little bit of depth on this. So I go to the modifier, add modifier, generate, solidify. And we can change the thickness. 0.05 for example. And we will add another modifier for the subdivision surface. I will put 2, it will be nice. Okay, and the glass of wine is done. I can do some cleaning, so I can rename that to glass of wine. We can delete this one. And this is perfect. Now we can see for the material. Okay, for the material, I go to the shading and we can do new to create a new material on this. By default, it's the BSDF that you can see, but we will change that. So I go here and I will change to glass. So we can choose glass. Okay, when it changes, you will see that. So we will move a little bit the nodes, as you can see here, and we can rename the material. So we will put glass. Another node, so I will press Shift A and we can add mix shader. And I will add, we will mixing two sort of shader here, the glass and the glossy. So I will add glossy, Shift A, search, glossy, BSDF, I take this one. You can connect the BSDF to the shader. Okay, now we have two. I want that my glass of wine will be a little bit blue, so I press Shift A, search, and we can add color ramp. Okay, so we will disconnect here the material output and we will add a shader to RGB. So search shader to RGB, like here. We can connect this one to this one and we can connect the color to the factor here, as you can see. And we can connect the color to the surface here. It can take a little bit time, but you will see that after. I will add multiply, so I will search this one. We can move here and I will connect here. I will add a mix shader, so I search mix shader here. We can add here. We can add the transparent BSDF, the first here, and we can connect that to this one. Okay, I will change some color, so the color here and the color here, like this. We can move this point a little bit up, so I take this point. Okay, and we can change also the color here, so I will change for something more blue, like this. After, I can reduce the roughness here for the glossiness, so 0.238 for example, and we can see better in the glass. We can reduce the roughness here to 0 for the glass. And here we have all the configuration for the glass of the wine, as you can see. So this is perfect. You can put an environment with a nice texture and it will be reflected on the glass. As you can see, it's a lot of parameters to see and some notes here. This is a small example, but feel free to make that more complex and more realistic. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial and see you for next tutorial. Bye.